Welcome to February 20th, 2025. Are you happy to be here? I'm happy to be here. Why? Because something I forgot as a child is that we are only going to have this day today. Like, this day means something. It's February 20th, 2025, and you will never get that day back. That is something I used to always think about, contemplate as a child. And when you put that in perspective, it kind of means something. It's like, wow, this day will go away. And I know you might say, oh, what are you thinking too much about it? But this day will go away. You will never get this day back. And what did I do today? I worked, went to the gym, doing this, and those are the things that I chose to occupy, to take up February 20th, 2025 in my life. All right, enough with that. Let's get to the news. I always have to make things sound solemn. You know what? I got into a lot of trouble this week. I got removed from a project, really, really big project. We're implementing some new software. It's going to affect like 10,000 users. And I got removed from the project because apparently I wasn't a good enough project manager. Now, I was doing change management on the project. I wasn't in charge of project management, but everybody's a project manager. That's what I believe. Everybody in the world is a project manager. Anyway, they didn't like what I was doing. I'm kind of like a bull in a china shop. I'm like, let's go. Everything in my life is productivity. Let's go. Bang, 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 bang. Got to be productive. And one of the managers said, Shoy, you gotta lower your intensity, man. Because to me, I'm on the finish line. I gotta go. I got to go. I have stuff to do, things I want to accomplish. I don't want to hold up anybody. I'm worried about my entire project team. I want them to be happy. I want morale to stay up. I want them to execute. So I'm like, let's go. So my number one job as a project manager in IT is to remove impediments and blockers. I ask everybody every day in our daily stand-up, any impediments, blockers? No? All right, we're good to go. If somebody's blocked, somebody needs something, certificate, somebody needs something. Someone's not answering them, you need a meeting set up, whatever. You need an artifact, a document filled out, let's do it. And let's go. So everybody can have their head down and do the coding, the testing, etc. And I got removed from a project. And I think I'm a pretty good project manager. I think everyone is in their own right. But I get shit done. Period. This is what I don't pride myself on it, but I just get shit done. Let's go. Even this, right? This is a project, a temporary endeavor that produces a unique result. The definition of a project. I mean, it's a one-day thing. It's February 20th. So let's get into the news because I love the news. I love reading about the news. I do invest a lot in the stock market, so I know that Walmart didn't miss earnings today. I think Walmart, I think their revenue and both the revenue and earnings per share were in line, but there was a quote like there were quotes like this on the call. There are still uncertainties related to consumer behavior and global economic and geopolitical conditions. So, sometimes you have not only the retail sector, but sometimes you have multiple, it could be multiple industries, multiple companies, and they might say the consumer is weak. But consumer confidence has been up lately, and they are seeing a slowing sales growth. So some people look at Walmart as a bellwether in the stock market. So it's like, if Walmart's doing bad, then bad things are to come. I kind of look at it that way as well, to be honest. I mean, you want to take everything with a grain of salt, but while this month's data showing U.S. inflation ticking up may be part of that caution, the company said upheaval tied to threats of tariffs from the White House, let alone if Donald Trump follows through, isn't, leaving the potential for an even more turbulent 2025. Yeah, so should more trade wars start? I mean, everyone is talking about tariffs. Everybody's like concerned about it. First of all, you have to take everything that any politician says with a grain of salt. I think Donald Trump has followed through on a lot of the things he said. At least he's being boisterous about it. So they're telling us, like, did you see the speech earlier by the press secretary? What's her name? Caroline something, and Caroline Levitt, something like that. What's her name? Press secretary. Yeah, Caroline Levitt. Let's look her up. And she's pretty too. She's hot. She married someone 32 years her senior. He was like some real estate mogul, I saw. And I don't know if she went to law or not. But she earned her own keep. I mean, look at her. And she is a feisty. We have to watch a video of this girl because she is, oof. She's the perfect press secretary. He's had some good press secretaries, but you want someone that's going to manage the publicity for you, right? You got to see like her intro, just how she whips it. Let's see if we
have a bad roof. If your roof is old, damaged, or leaking, you can get a new roof free.
Shut up. Oh, yeah. It's
Hello. Good afternoon, everybody. I brought some heavy hitters in here with me today.
Yes, she did.
Today marks 1 month of President Trump's return to the Oval Office, and there is no denying this administration is off to a historic start. The president has already signed 73 executive orders. That is more than double the number signed by Joe Biden and more than quadruple the number signed by Barack Obama over the same period. These executive orders have ended burdensome regulations, sealed the border, unleashed our domestic energy sector, eliminated divisive DEI from our federal government, stopped the weaponization of government, cut waste, fraud, and abuse, reinstituted America First trade and foreign policies, and ultimately restored.
I'm not even so impressed with everything she's saying. I mean, it's the way she's delivering it. In any job, you could be doing a tremendous job. I mean, short of finding the cure for cancer, you could be doing a tremendous job. But if you're it's not that if you're not telling anyone about it, and it's not necessarily telling, if you're not showcasing that you're doing a good job. So for instance, right? So I got in trouble on my job and they removed me from a project. So in that case, I did a lot of work and I actually had to show it to a few different senior managers, including my own. And they had said, you know, it looks like you had everything on the wraps. You did a lot of work here, and I'm still doing work for them. But if you don't showcase it in the right way, like if you don't give the right presentation, and this is something I hate about corporate, specifically IT, but when you have to give a presentation on something, like for instance, I'm not good. I used to do it early in my career, but I'm 15 years in. I used to do it really well, like make PowerPoint presentations really nice, spiffy, fancy. But to me, at some point in my career, I was like, this is inefficient. And I have no time for inefficiency because it's always productivity. Let's go. So if I'm going to make a PowerPoint presentation for you, I have to know my audience, right? Just like in comedy as well. But you have to know your audience. As in, what is this person expecting? You're not going to just give somebody something on the back of a napkin, right? You're going to make something presentation worthy. Let's just say that. If you're going to give a presentation, I've given presentations to the C-suite, right? To the CEO himself. So if you are going to give that type of presentation, you're going to make sure it has a few bells and whistles. I just stopped doing that after many years of my life because I'm like, it's inefficient. I don't have to make the page yellow, blue, green, all these colors for you. I mean, a rag status is a rag status, red, amber, green. That's just, is the project green? Good. Yellow, we're trending. We're a little risky. We don't know. Red, hey, dead stop. We're not doing anything. But anyway, aside from those colors, the rag status, your red light, green light, yellow light, to me, there's no point to gussy up. I don't even like that term, but like to make a PowerPoint presentation look nice. I give you the raw data. This is the data that you need to make a decision. Black ink on a white background. But that's not what people want. They want like a presentation to show you, oh, this is how you're doing it. And I should have went into medicine or mathematics because it's right or wrong. I think.
Toward common sense. The president also signed the Laken Riley Act into law, which ensures ICE will detain illegal aliens arrested or charged with theft or violence. As of today, the Senate has already confirmed 18 cabinet-level nominees, which is more than at this point under the Obama administration in 2009, and more than double the pace of the Biden administration in 2021. And today, we expect Kash Patel to be confirmed as the next director of the FBI.
Damn.
We are proud to announce that the president will host his first official cabinet meeting here at the White House next Wednesday, February 26th. In just 4 weeks, President Trump has already hosted the leaders of Israel, Japan, Jordan, and India. And next Monday, the president will host France's President Emmanuel Macron. And on Thursday, the UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer will visit the White House.
She is a stalwart. See, Trump is, I think he's genius. I think he's an amazing man, to be honest. I remember Bill Burr made a joke about like defending Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's hilarious. If you haven't seen the clip, go watch it. It's freaking hilarious. Trump, I mean, think of what he's done. First of all, anybody that becomes a president of the United States, I mean, what does it really mean in this life? Like all of these accolades and everything, but that's something he wanted. And there are a few interviews that I've seen with Trump that, and you know, who you're drinking from the fire hose when it comes to Donald Trump, right? He's always wanted to be in the media, it seems, even from his 20s. But he has lived a very compelling life for what we know about this life and what we're doing here. You know, we're just entering the rat race and all of this. There's a lot to be said about life, right? You can't just say that in one soundbite. But Trump he's done a lot. It's quite remarkable. It is remarkable. It's not quite remarkable. It's a spectacle. And it is truly amazing for all of the things that he accomplished. And some people say, oh, he was spoon-fed and he was given a couple $1 million. It's like, yo, relax. First of all, if you're given $1 to $2 million, like even in the 80s, I don't give it. That's still not a lot of money. Not in my opinion. He became a billionaire. And people say, oh, he faked his wealth. He did that. Yo, who the hell doesn't do that? On your credit card report, what does it say? It says, how much money do you make? Do you go the next bracket down, or do you just put, I only make $20,000 a year? At one point in my life, I was putting that, or whatever, for one of the low numbers, right? That was at one point in my life. When I got older, I was like, what? I make like $10 million a year. I don't make $10 million a year. But you got to put that money so that they can give you a little more credit. You know what I'm saying? Keys to life. Back to Caroline Leavitt. Let's go.
As well. As you all know, over the past month, the president has taken questions from the press, all of you, nearly every single day, sometimes on multiple different occasions in the same day, on any topic any of you wish to talk about.
He's good.
President Trump set the tone on this approach immediately when he took more than 12 times the questions in his first few hours in office, as Joe Biden did in his entire first week. Yesterday, we hosted a local media row here at the White House with television and radio stations from across the country that reached up to 60 million viewers and listeners. In our ongoing pursuit of transparency on this 1 month.
So anyway, what I was going to say about Trump is, I mean, look, it's also the people that he puts around him. Who was the woman? There was a woman that won him the election. It's by the way, I can't get enough of Caroline Leavitt. She is just a sight to see. She's beautiful. She's smart. She can whip it. That's not even smart. What you call Caroline Leavitt, what you call what she's doing is some otherworldly. That is top of your game. Publicity agent. Publicity superstar. That's how good she is. You get someone like that following you around, telling the world, hey, this is what you're doing. This is how you do it. What? Imagine somebody was following me on. That's like there was an episode of Family Guy where Peter had his own like theme music. This is better than theme music. This girl, she's following Trump around. Trump is the best. Trump can't do no wrong. But she's way more eloquent about it. I mean, it is very impressive what she's doing. If I was as good at my job as she is at hers, maybe I wouldn't have lost it. What's the woman's name? What was her name? Oh man. Susan. Oh, she's got to come up right away. Susan something. And Trump campaign manager right here. What was her name? Susie Wilds. You gotta check her out. She likes being in the background. That's one of the best shots of her. She kind of looks, I mean, now that you know that she won him the election, it's like, damn. It's like she must have been not good. And then now she became the chief of staff. It's February 20th, 2025. I mean, what's it matter to you? I don't know. Who cares? Susie Wilds. In Trump's third bid for the White House, Susie Wilds succeeded at minimizing infighting, leaking, and other types of drama that characterized both of Trump's previous campaigns and his tenure in the White House. So she came in and she put the team in place to help him win the White House again. This guy, I mean, this girl, this woman, is something else. Many have credited the professionalization of the most recent Trump campaign to Wild's leadership. Even Trump, right here. Susie Wiles just helped me achieve one of the greatest political victories in American history and was an integral part of both my 2016 and 2020 successful campaigns. So she learned a lot too. I mean, I don't know how many campaigns she was part of. I think she was part of plenty though. Five things you need to know about Susie Wiles. Look at her being all serious. Yeah, give me the 5 things. She's worked for a spectrum of Republicans, from Mitt Romney to Rick Scott. So she's probably seen her fair share of elections. She's turned Trump's dysfunctional political universe into something organized. Yeah, she bought the organization. See, because the thing about Trump is he's likable by a lot of people. And then he kind of forces his way. I mean, this guy is manifest destiny if I've ever seen it. He says he's going to do something and it manifests itself. He does it, which is very impressive. I mean, she's a longtime lobbyist. She lobbied for the tobacco company Swisher International while running Trump campaign. This is why we need good journalism, so that journalism is going to be. So there was a time where I thought newspapers would go extinct. And I still do think that they'll go extinct. I mean, I'm not saying anything far-fetched here, right? Or anything novel here. But news, I did think that even periodicals like news companies were going to go away. And for a long time, they had financial challenges. They still do today. Jeff Bezos bought the Washington Post. I think he bought the Huffington Post. I don't know. The New York Times was struggling for a long time. Then COVID happened. I mean, who the hell reads print anymore? But they of course don't just do print. But the value, the true value, right? Let's look up value proposition. Right? What is your value proposition? The true value. And we'll look up the definition of value. Let's look at up the definition in marketing and innovate, in which marketing is everything, right? Marketing is the product itself all the way to the promotion and the price and the placement. In marketing, an innovation service, or feature intended to make a company or product attractive to customers. So it is what's delivered.
Value proposition.
Value. I don't know why this chicken is over here, but the value a company promises to deliver to customers should they choose to buy their product. And when you look at something called the value chain, so it's like what your value proposition is, what are you delivering, right? What is the person buying? When you go to TikTok, you are consuming or buying. In this case, you're certainly buying it, right? Not with money on TikTok, but you're buying it with your precious time. I mean, how much of your life has been given away to these social media apps? It's a question that we definitely have to ask ourselves. Anyway, the value chain. So your value proposition is what you're selling, right? If I go buy a bagel, the value proposition is this bagel tastes good. It's the bagel, it's the product itself. The value proposition for getting a massage in a massage parlor is the massage itself, right? What is the value? And when you think about like software products, it's like you're also comparing it to competitors. So it's like, what's your value proposition as a TikTok versus YouTube? Well, they probably believe, maybe they do, maybe they don't, they have a better algorithm. So our value proposition is that we're going to give you a better algorithm based on your needs, your feedback, your favorites, everything you clicked on. We have more data points that are going to feed into our engine to say, this is what we should suggest. Plus, we have a good user interface. That's their value proposition. Use like intuitive user experience, yada, yada. Anyway, when you look at value chain, and I want to find a good one here. I can't find a good one. I guess these are good. But these are all the things that are fundamental. I mean, how can I make this bigger? These are all the aspects, the core tenets of your business, including infrastructure. Yeah, just show me a damn picture. I don't need a video. Pain in my butt. Okay, so like this is Amazon's value chain. I mean, I wish it could be bigger. I wish it could be bigger. That sounds both gay, right? That sounds gay for sure. See, I almost didn't say gay because I feel like that's like a not politically correct, you know. So stupid. So tired of that crap. Anyway, so this is Amazon's value chain. I can't make it bigger, sorry. But it's your infrastructure, your firm infrastructure, like the web of your matrix of your organization. Human resource management, how you handle that, how you invest in it. Your technology development, procurement, how do you handle purchasing? How do you handle the innovation and the technology in your company? Inbound logistics, whether you're bringing things in to the company, both physically and service-wise. Operations, how you operate on a daily basis and deliver the products. Outbound logistics, selling, marketing, sales, and service. And then that all gives you, it all spits out money, but it spits out the value that you deliver to your customer. And then lastly, there is your value, I believe, life cycle. Maybe it's the value life cycle, the business value chain. I forget. Who cares? If you want to look up value chain, the value proposition is what we're really getting at. The value proposition, again, is just something so essential to any one company having a competitive edge and advantage over their peers. What is your value prop? What makes you special? What makes you unique? We don't have to get complex here. Back to the news. I mean, we literally just hit one thing. So Walmart's not doing good. It sank 6.5%. Could you imagine losing 6.5% of your money? Yes, I personally can, because I've lost 100%. Oh yeah, Republican Senator Mitch McConnell says he won't seek re-election in 2026. McConnell, 83, was the longest serving majority leader in American history when he relinquished his leadership post at the beginning of the year. And you know, when you have a long tenure in Congress, you want to keep it because it holds weight and merit. And you're usually a leader in many different, not only in many different capacities, not only in your party, but for different types of committees, different types of departments that are both created and dissolved, right? You still have weight from serving in those positions. So McConnell not seeking re-election, that's a big deal. You never want someone that has like a 40-year tenure to just go away. But the guy's 83 years old. During his tenure, McConnell leveraged a solid Republican front and adept use of procedural hurdles to block initiatives of Democratic presidents Barack Obama and Joe Biden. So he always fought the Democrats. He was always in dissent with them. And then finally, yeah, this was the big one in recent memory. That included his unprecedented and unapologetic decision in 2016 to block consideration of Obama's final Supreme Court nomination, Merrick Garland, for 11 months. So that was when, I forget which Supreme Court justice either retired or died. And who was Merrick Garland going to replace? Here you go. I forget. Oh yeah, Antonin Scalia. And he was a controversial figure as well. I mean, look, if you look at the Supreme Court, I mean, seriously, it's hard not to look at the Supreme Court and think that these guys aren't corrupt. I mean, it's very difficult for me. Who's this one over here on the left? Oh, that's Amy Coney Barrett. Yeah, I think Trump nominated her too. Didn't he? I'm not sure. That's who nominated? Yeah, Amy Coney Barrett, 2020. Yeah, Donald Trump. And that's how you leave your impact, right, on society. You elect judges, and those judges end up, I mean, changing society, really. That's why everybody was so sad about it. You know, getting more Republicans. And now look, they overturned Roe v. Wade. You know, I always heard in my life that they wouldn't overturn Roe v. Wade. Roe v. Wade, just so you know, is of course the landmark decision that was made in 1973, Roe versus Wade. It was a ruling that it legalized abortion in the United States, and it was essentially revolutionary. And the ruling established that the Constitution protects a woman's right to privacy, which includes the right to have an abortion. And I remember, what grade was I in? I was in high school. I was, so this is like early 2000s. And I remember I had a teacher, and I remember she had like a throwaway statement. Like she just said something, and she's like, Roe v. Wade in our lifetime, it'll never happen. I was like, and listen, it didn't mean anything to me. I'm like 13 years old. It didn't mean anything to me. She just had said it. And I don't think she understood the ramifications of it. I mean, look at who I turned out to become. The Shoy Show. Do I use the Shoy show? Do I use a preposition? What am I proposing? What am I preposing? Let's see what I'm proposing. Prepose. In front of another. Preposing. Would you like me to propose a proposal to you? That's one way to get married. Would you like me to propose a proposal to you? I mean, let's try that. Proposing a proposal. I mean, is that even Google worthy? Proposal? Proposing a proposal. Are you going to prepare a proposal? Proposing a proposal. Proposing AI. Here's the AI response. This isn't real AI, guys. Okay. This is just still like advanced automation that we're doing with all of this stuff. Even Chat GPT. Oh shoot, look, it just sums up. That's just like an advanced true AI. Like, let's wait for robots. This is nothing. That's why I question sometimes. I'm like, man, all this AI investment, there's companies spending billions and billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars on AI. And they just know that they don't want to get left behind. All of these companies, they're just spending it. There's no return on investment right now. None. And for those people that will try to defend that, whatever AI return is out there, to me, I built as advanced automation. I expect AI to be really smart. And I love speaking about AI because everyone does at this point. I expect AI. People are touting with AI right now. They're saying, oh, AI can, you could literally, I heard something earlier today, man. Oh man. You could literally call up, or sorry, just use AI and say, hey, I'm watching a movie over here. Can you find me a restaurant to go to nearby? And it will make reservations for you. Wow. It's like, that's fucking AI? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And there's so many use case examples out there. Like even people will look at Chat GPT and be in awe, like, oh wow, Chat GPT. There's been summarization models, and all it's doing, it's really not that complicated. All it's doing is using server power to go out there, scrape, and I'm not the most technical guy, but scrape the internet for various sources of information and both compare, juxtapose. There's some logic in there that says put this together and synthesize it. Now, of course, that's going to take some compute. But is that really that impressive? Hell no. I want to see not only robo-taxis, I want to see flying cars. And I want to see people not driving them so that they're literally moving with some type of like sentience and knowing we can't crash. Just like we would say we can't crash, it's saying we can't crash, and it would move. It would move in the road or maybe the most efficient way possible. That's artificial intelligence. We're over here like, oh, look, it could summarize something into a paragraph. Those are just advanced algorithms or advanced automation. That's just saying, oh, yeah, let's just do it faster, better, more efficient. There's just people coding in the background. I want to see AI where it learns something and says, oh, I'm going to do it this way now. That's artificial intelligence. Anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about. Proposing a proposal could refer to proposing marriage or writing a business proposal. Allow me to propose a proposal. I would say that about a business arrangement, but I definitely would not say that about a marriage. I'm not getting married. I mean, I'm not married. And I'm not getting married unless I find the one. And she better be perfect. If she wants me to propose a marriage, propose a proposal. And when you're proposing a marriage, plan ahead. Look at these things. Guys, like this is who is this explaining, planning, proposing a proposal to? I mean, we don't even know what the hell this is, to be honest. But who needs this advice? I mean, I guess you have to have definitions for everything out there. Planning ahead. Plan the proposal carefully, including deciding on a ring, location, and what to say. Thanks. When I propose to my wife, if I ever get married, I'm not going to read how to propose to someone. I'm going to take her to the most shocking place ever, whatever that means. And it's going to be super random and it has to feel right. I'm not going to take her to some place and be like, oh, yeah, here you go, hot air balloon, whatever. Not that she doesn't deserve it. But to me, it needs to be special. And you need to feel it. I mean, what if you take her on the hot air balloon and she hates everything? And she's extremely upset about you taking her there because she's afraid of heights. And now the entire proposal's ruined. And you have all of her friends and family waiting down there. I mean, come on. Is that how you really want to be proposed to? Is that really what you want? No, you want Gucci bags, you want Fendi bags, you want Chanel, you want Louis V, right? That's what you really want. You don't love me, you just want money. So you probably want all of the pageantry in a proposal. And that's not how I roll. You're going to get proposed by me to you. Here you go. Will you accept this rose? I'll give it to you, but you're going to get it when it feels right. Not when we're camping and you're thinking about killing me, pushing me off the cliff. What are you, crazy? You think I'm going to turn around and give you the ring there? Absolutely not. It could be in a restaurant. Maybe I take you to a restaurant and it's really nice and we have some wine or some champagne and I put it in your cup, something like that. I mean, this is only what I could recall from movies. Because that's the right way to propose. Why would you propose, especially proposing a proposal, in any other fashion? I'm here to do one thing, and that's propose. So if you think I'm going to do some elaborate scheme, hey, let me take her over here, and then everybody's waiting over there, and then I'm going to, hey, everything has to go right. So no, that's not how I want to get married. That's not who I want to marry. I don't even know who I want to marry. I don't even know if I'm getting married. I don't even know if I'm marriage material. I could barely keep a job. But you know what? If I do get married, which there's a chance that I do get married, I'm going to make it as special as possible. And that doesn't mean that I have to go get a cheese wheel, a charcuterie board, give her bologna and capicola and mortadilla and have her eat nitrates and get all this sodium, and then she's going to feel all bloated. And I'm going to be like, surprise, here's your wedding ring. Absolutely not. I'm not going to go give her this, give her that, and like make it seem like, no. If I'm going to get married, it's going to be something normal. And I'm just going to look at her. And I'm going to say, will you marry me? Yes, Shoy, yes, I will. Okay, great. Oh, yeah. And that would be my wedding proposal. I mean, how else would I propose? I want to make it as special as possible. And then she's always going to complain to me, special how? What did you make special? How did you make my wedding special? And I really don't want to leave this page proposing a proposal because this has been fantastic. Practice what you want to say so you feel more confident. I mean, you should practice. You shouldn't practice. Consider hiring a photographer or videographer. Why? So they could hide in the bushes and take pictures of my wife? She's not your wife yet. She's going to be. You want some photographer, some videographer, some molester to hide in the bushes, start taking photos of my wife in secrecy? What kind of shit is that? You want me to go then sit there and say, oh yeah, I remember that day. Oh yeah, you remember? That's when you proposed to me. Hopefully she's showing it off to one of her friends. And I'll be there sitting in the background watching it on this 60-inch TV, remembering not the memory of giving her the ring, but the fact that it was some elaborate scheme, that it had so much planning. And oh, by the way, this guy was oogling my wife. That's the fact of the matter. I'm not saying that proposing to people is wrong. I mean, look at these beautiful proposals. I don't know what I'm a man proposal. I mean, you're going to see some beautiful images here. Videos. Look at these guys. Look how happy they are. I mean, I need something with like a glass of wine. Here you go. This guy has the glass of wine. Oh, no, he doesn't. I thought that was Michelle Obama for a second. But like, I mean, this one's cool. This one seems casual. You need a casual wedding proposal. You could do what you want, man. It's your life. It's February 20th, 2025. You do what you want. I mean, look at this one. It's beautiful. Oh, man. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. It's the beautiful sunset. And this is amazing. And, oh, man. 99,000 plus man proposing stock photos. That's amazing. Forget about wedding proposals. I mean, that's amazing. I mean, the beach is amazing too. This looks nice and casual, Maybe I was wrong. Maybe everybody does. I mean, this is nice. Why are you going to dress up? Why are you going to have a suit on, right? Like, you're only going to wear a suit if you're going to work or you're going to court or a funeral. She's going to know something, and I don't want things to seem unorganic. How are you going to start the relationship off with unorganic material? And if you're going to be unorganic, just take your ass to Wingstop and go get a bunch of chicken wings, some French fries, some blue cheese. I don't know why they don't have barbecue sauce, and be unorganic there. But if you're going to get married to someone and you're going to propose, what are you doing? You're going to go take her to some desolate field? She could get raped. She could get murdered. She could get kidnapped. And this guy, he thinks, oh yeah, look back there. Those are mountains and water. It's not a city. They're not even close to one. He's lucky that the molester photographer was there and all her friends. And is it a beautiful picture? Of course it is. They look great. It's a beautiful dress. But he's lying. He's a fraudster. And for those of you that call Donald Trump a fraudster, look at this. This is fraud. He was lying to her the whole time. I would rather keep the ring in my pocket. And whenever I felt that, yeah, this is the girl, this is the one, then, I pop the question. And I say, hey, how you doing? Something like that. And she's like, what are you talking about? And I'm going to say, I love you more than anything in the world. Oh, thank you, honey. That's sweet. No, I need you to know it. I need you to feel it. Okay, honey, I do. I feel it. And I love you too. And then I'll let things digress. You know, maybe go make a smoothie or something, come back, share my smoothie with my soon to be wife. She doesn't know it yet. Maybe we're watching a movie. This is too much. Let her get distracted a little. Let some time go by. And I tell her that I want to marry you. How about that? How about not will you marry me? How about I want to marry you? I want you in my life. You don't have to limit it to one sentence. What about getting straight to the point? Marry me. Again, it's the way you say it. Marry me. Marry me with all your heart because I love you so much. Oh. Wedding videos will not make me cry. But a soldier coming home, oh man. Soldier coming home to family, oh, every time. Oh man, those are some of the best videos ever. I mean, that would, if I want to be really sad, I mean, we got to watch a fast one. I mean, I love our soldiers, but you know, it's got to be quick. And these are all 20 minutes long. Like, okay, all right. They're not.
Good news for you. Ready? We going on the Boston trip?
Yeah.
All right. We did a raffle. All right. We picked a random name out of a raffle,
Yeah.
and your name came up. So guess what you won?
What did I win?
You won $25 going on that Boston trip. But you know what's even better?
What?
You're gonna have some real special things happening for you.
Really?
Yeah, which is freaking awesome.
Wow. What is it? Dad!
Oh.
And made me cry.
You almost didn't fall asleep, man.
We surprise you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Man.
Look, they just told Dad.
Yeah, and I got boots on. I just got home from Afghanistan yesterday. So looking forward to seeing them.
Like what goes into a soldier coming home, right? It could be anything. I mean, they don't always know it. Sometimes they feel like they gotta stay. I mean, I don't know about a soldier's life, but the soldiers that I do know, you know, sometimes they want to stay out there because they feel better out there. Sometimes they want to stay out there because they want to make money. Sometimes they enjoy living on the base. They just enjoy that life. Some don't want to come home. They just don't want to see family. And I think a lot of them have trouble like assimilating. I mean, it's difficult. I mean, I was outside of New York for a few years now, and I just got back, and even me, like I had to readjust. I mean, I'm a New Yorker, so I came right back like that. And any soldier coming home is going to come back just like that. But there's a lot of times where I tell myself, I want to live in another country again. You know, I don't think New York is the center of the world. I think it is. I think New York's a beautiful place. It's amazing, but there's a lot of amazing places out there and a lot of amazing people. And the only way to see them and to experience it is to go. Now, you know, it gets old. Novelty gets old, but I definitely enjoyed it in my life, and I'm definitely thankful that I had the opportunity to even be able to travel. I'm not one of those people like, oh, ungrateful. I like to think that I'm very grateful. All right, back to the news. Isn't this a news show? Let me delete this. So Mitch McConnell is all right. Sayonara. Anyway, he's just not going to seek re-election next year. It's a long time from now. Something is rotten in Canada. The nation's trade surplus with the U.S. tells a story, but it isn't the one Trump is pushing. Senate Republicans confirmed one of Trump's final cabinet nominees, Kash Patel. Kash Patel. He's a feisty guy. He's going to lead the FBI. And what is he going to do? We will see. He is a Trump loyalist with little in the way of traditional qualifications. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I mean, what qualifies you to do a political job? You just got to be loyal, have your head on straight. Almost everyone is corrupt. I mean, what you gonna do? Banxico double paste of easing at February meeting. The National Statistics Agency. Trash. Yeah.